Hi guys, so today I'm gonna be making a little dedicated video on Fragrance Du Bois since I am doing a discount code with them on the 26th of August. I have been talking with Fragrance Du Bois for honestly a ridiculously long amount of time to organize another discount code. We did one in 2020, I believe, or maybe it was 2020. We did a discount code and so many of you guys bought a lot of the products, and I didn't actually have Minuit Demi at that point. So I'm really looking forward to be doing a second discount code with the brand. What we're gonna be doing is a 10% off discount from the 26th of August, and it's running for 5 days only. So this is the second time that I've ever done a code with them, so I'm really excited, and mostly because Minuit Demi is also going to be discounted, and it's the first time that it's ever going to be on discount, and it's probably not going to go on discount again because it's my baby. I'm really looking forward to the code, and I hope that a lot of you guys pick up my fragrance personally. I will have everything listed down below that you need to know. The code is DEMI10 for 10% off the entire website from the 26th of August for 5 days only. So I will list everything down below so that you guys know. And what I wanted to do today is highlight a few of my favorite fragrances from the brand. I have 7 fragrances here that I really love and that I really recommend, and that you guys will see from the bottles that I use them all the time. And I just wanted to talk about them today. So let's get straight into it. You know, I'm gonna have to start out with one of the first fragrances that made me fall in love with the brand. Santal Complet was actually the fragrance that made me fall in love with the brand, and then this was the second. This is Eau Jaune Intense. My bottle is a bit damaged because I used to travel with this one a lot, and this fragrance, I'm gonna tell you guys a little anecdote right now. It was the fragrance that I wore when I was falling in love with my boyfriend in Bali. Maybe that's a little bit cheesy, but I really have this very strong sentimental attachment to this scent because whenever I smell it, it really just brings me, it's crazy how fragrances can do this, but it transports me to Bali, to the humidity in Bali, to the really exciting times that I was spending with Pierre. And I didn't know that we were gonna be in love and be a couple and be together for a long time, but back at that moment, it was so innocent, it was so fun, it was so beautiful, and this fragrance just reminds me exactly of that time, and I love it so much. Guys, it is one of my favorite white florals in the entire world. Not because it necessarily smells refined or classy or anything. This fragrance just has something very special about it to me, and it really has this fruity, tropical island cocktail vibe. There is some tiare flower in here, there is some coconut, there is a bit of a fruitiness. There is this definite overall sweetness to the scent mixed with those beautiful light white floral notes that I just love. And it just is so gorgeous. For me, this is the ultimate vacation fragrance, the ultimate vacation scent. If you're going on a vacation somewhere tropical or somewhere hot, I really recommend bringing this one with you because it's a nice fragrance to make memories with, and it's also a fragrance that smells very sexy. I'm telling you guys right now, for me, this is really one of the sexiest fragrances because it smells so fun and flirtatious. There is something really flirty about Eau Jaune Intense, and I just love it so much. Longevity and projection on my skin is really good on my skin. Maybe it's going to differentiate from person to person, but on my skin the longevity is great. I get about 6-8 hours of really good wear, and the projection is decent. So just be careful, because I remember I sprayed this on my like a white shirt one time and it like stained my shirt, so you just have to be careful of that. But Eau Jaune Intense, I've had this bottle now for I think 4 years, so it's been riding with me a long time, and it's gonna stay with me for a long time as well. I should have started with Santal Complet because, you know, it's the first fragrance that I fell in love with from the brand. I remember smelling the sample of it, and I really felt a connection to Santal Complet. I'm gonna say it like that. By the way, I do want to mention, guys, the new bottles, they're different. They're like this now, so they have the rounded edges and they are more heavy, and they also have this little mosaic in the back here. So the new bottles are like this, but I have a few old bottles because Actually, I'm really happy to show you guys that I have the old bottles, because you know that I've had the fragrances for a really long time and they really mean a lot to me. So even Santal Complet's got like this super old sticker on and everything. The bottles are not like this anymore, but the juice. Santal Complet is the most beautiful, creamy, soft, coconutty sandalwood scent with this beautiful sweet trail. It is just magical, and that's the word that I always use to describe Santal Complet. I used to tell you guys that it smells like fairy dust because I don't know why, but it just reminds me of fairy dust. It's so whimsical. It's a whimsical perfume that really feels beautiful. It's also quite comforting in a sense. I really do feel like it's quite a comforting fragrance because of the sandalwood, the coconut, the sweetness, the vanilla. But for me, it's something that I actually like to wear in tropical places or like in the heat. I know a lot of people probably would prefer to wear this one in winter or the fall and winter coming into the seasons that we are in now. But for me, there is something about Santal Complet that I like to wear it on like a summer night. I really love this fragrance on a summer night with your hot skin and under the moon. There is just something so beautiful about it. So Santal Complet, guys, it will ride with me in my collection forever and ever because really it's one of my favorite fragrances, truly. I have stopped kind of wearing it nowadays because look, I don't have that much left in my bottle, so I'm kind of saving it, but it's such a beautiful scent. I really, really recommend it. Some people have problems with the longevity. Personally, I don't with Santal Complet. I get about, again, 6 hours of wear and it does project within your arm's length. So for me, it's not a problem. I love it so much and it's just a great fragrance, and the fragrance that was the doorway into this brand for me, so very special to me. So we might as well talk about the other fragrance that I love from the brand. It is Oud Orange Intense. Oud Orange Intense. Now, Oud Orange Intense is a very, very interesting fragrance, very potent and very powerful. In this fragrance, you have fruity notes, you have vanilla, you have coconut, but I don't know what they did to this fragrance because it really smells like there is something extra going on in the scent that I'm not sure how to put my finger on it. Like I don't know what the note is, but I feel something else in this scent. It almost feels like there is a slight soapiness, but not in a bad way, actually in a very interesting way in this fragrance. It's very fruity, but not in a juicy fruity way. It's more of like this kind of sweet, woody, fruity scent with a lot of vanilla. There is definitely this kind of coconut tropical feeling overall. And for me, I get a slight soapiness as well. Very sweet, very potent, very powerful, very attention grabbing. For me, totally unisex fragrance. Actually, all of them in this video are unisex, except for maybe Oud Jaune. I do feel like it does lean more feminine. The rest, totally unisex. So Oud Orange Intense, if you want to stand out, this is the one to go for. If you want to stand out and get noticed, Oud Orange Intense for me is the one to get. It's a night out fragrance. It's a sexy night out where you want to have fun, you want to dance, and you want to get noticed. Go for Oud Orange Intense. Okay, obviously I had to talk about Minuit Demi because if you guys don't buy it with my code Minuit Demi, my biggest pride and my biggest joy, really, because something that you guys don't know, and you don't know unless you've spoken to me personally about my experience of making this fragrance, is that I did everything from A to Z. Obviously the brand handled the production, the manufacturing, the shipping, all of that. Fragrance Savoie obviously had to take care of that because I don't know how to do that myself, but the creation and the name and the process was all me. And it was truly one of the best experiences of my whole life to have this freedom, to have this creative control of something that is really close to you. It was really one of the best moments of my life, and I really thank the brand a lot for giving me that freedom. And that's, you know, yeah, they really gave me full freedom. So I went to all of the different fragrance houses. I went in, I submitted my brief, I smelled all the samples, I worked on Minuit Demi, and I still have a lot of the little samples. I made so many versions of it with somebody from Simrise called Tarek. He's a great friend of mine. We go out for dinner and drinks all the time. and he's just fantastic. And we went through so many samples of my fragrance before we actually signed off on it. I would call him, I would be in a vacation or I would be somewhere in the world, and I would tell him, can we add, I'm smelling it at the same time, can we add some more, something a bit more creamy, something a bit more sweet, we need to add a little bit more vanilla or some tonka or some benzoin. I would tell him all of this, and he would do it the next day with the perfumer. Then they would send me the new samples and I would test, then we would change. It was really such a beautiful experience, and I just wanted to say that because actually a lot of people think that I don't have anything to do with the creation, but I had everything to do with the creation. The creation is all me and Simrise and Stefan Bengana, and it was just the best experience ever. So my fragrance is truly a beautiful gourmand scent, especially coming into the fall and winter. If you don't have it already, just get your hands on a bottle and see what I'm talking about, because it really is fantastic. I actually don't have the normal bottle, I only have the crystal bottle right now. Fragrance Dubois, they gifted it to me as like a present, which was so sweet. But I gave my last normal bottle to my friend, my Australian friend that lives in Dubai. So now I just have this one. But, guys. I'm so proud of this fragrance. I think it is so incredible. In the top, you're gonna get a lot of spiciness. There is some cardamom and some pimento. You don't really feel pimento. You just kind of get this like soft, slightly subtle, soft spiciness. You mostly feel the cardamom come through in the top. Then it starts to dry down immediately and you feel this beautiful, warm caramel note coming in, a milkiness, a creaminess, a bit of this coffee feeling overall. And also for me, even though it's not listed, I feel like this cacao feeling from the scent. I definitely pick up this slightly dusted cacao powder feeling. And then in the base, you have some tobacco, you have some vanilla, you have some cedar, vetiver, everything. It is just truly an incredible fragrance for the fall and winter, and I love seeing all of the reviews of my fragrance, and I love when people discover it for themselves and actually see how beautiful it is, because I know it was such a hyped scent when it first launched, and now that the hype has died, people are actually finding out that this fragrance is incredible. So that's what makes me really happy, is unbiased reviews and people discovering it. Maybe they don't even know who I am and they actually discover it and they fall in love with the fragrance. It truly is amazing. Mignonne de Me, definitely guys, take advantage and get it with my code DEMI10 for 10% off. I just get it. For the fall and winter, you need to have it in your life. Okay guys, so next up we're gonna talk about a fragrance that I believe is very, very underrated from the brand. I'm not really sure why it didn't get more attention and more love, because for me, it's one of my favorite fragrances from Fragrance Dubois, and I don't understand why more people don't talk about this one. It is Oud Rose Intense. As you can see, I have a very small bottle of it, but I love this fragrance so much. It is so beautiful, so classy, so refined, so elegant. Definitely is a unisex rose fragrance. I don't feel like it's feminine, nor is it masculine. Now, oh, it's just so beautiful, oh my god. For me, this is just a stunning, soft, spicy rose fragrance. Really soft, quite smooth and creamy. It almost gives me a similar feeling to Santal Complet. It has that really beautiful, whimsical feeling to the scent. Just gorgeous. There is rose, there is sandalwood, there is some fruity notes in there, there is some geranium. I do feel the geranium in the fragrance and I absolutely love it. And for me, overall, I get a slight soapiness to this fragrance. For me, I pick up on this like slight soapy feeling, and it is just gorgeous. A smooth, creamy, soft, spicy rose with a bit of sweetness in there. Gorgeous fragrance. Like I said, I really don't understand why this fragrance is not more loved from the brand, because for me, it's one of my top favorites. Really, truly, it's one of my top favorites. I will get a bigger bottle of it because my bottle is very small and it's also quite damaged because, again, I traveled with it quite a lot. So yeah, Oud Rose Intense, just a beautiful scent that needs more attention in my eyes. So next up, we're gonna talk about Secret Trist, which in my opinion is the best from the new launches. I think there is Cavort, there was Solstice, which I also love and I was thinking about putting in this video. But if I had to choose one from the newer launches, my favorite is Secret Trist, and also Pierre's favorite as well. This is a totally unisex perfume in my opinion. I love it. It's a gorgeous, ambery, balsamic, very woody, slightly dirty sort of smelling fragrance, and it is just great. I love this fragrance, and like I said, Pierre, he loves this one, and the longevity and projection on this fragrance is fantastic. It lasts all day, it projects a lot, and it's a very strong fragrance, and I love it so much. Warm, woody, ambery, balsamic, a little bit spicy, a bit dirty in a way. Just amazing, guys. I do feel like a lot of men would like this one, maybe more so over women. I do feel like maybe it leans a touch more masculine than it does feminine, but for me, I absolutely love it. Fantastic fragrance, and definitely my favorite from the newer releases by far. It is really, really a fantastic scent with great longevity and projection. Beautiful amber fragrance right here, Secret Trist. Okay guys, next up we have a fragrance that I don't actually own. I don't know why I don't own it, but I need to get a bottle of it because every time I stop by a Fragrance du Bois counter or I go into a retailer that sells Fragrance du Bois, I always spray this fragrance and I just love it. And like I said, I don't know why I don't have a bottle of it. It is Siberian Rose. Siberian Rose is absolutely beautiful, and it's kind of what I was craving from Fragrance du Bois, and I wanted them to make something like this until I discovered Siberian Rose. I think it was launched in 2019 maybe, but it is a beautiful tuberose fragrance. There is pear, there is juniper, there is a bit of a spiciness, there is a woodiness overall, there is some rose in here, some patchouli. It is just gorgeous. A beautiful, beautiful tuberose fragrance that doesn't smell too old or too mature. It definitely has a more modern character to it, which I absolutely love. Very beautiful and very voluptuous tuberose fragrance. I think it's a very, very sexy scent and something that I would maybe even consider wearing on like a wedding day or something like that. So Siberian Rose, guys, I love it. Longevity and projection is amazing on this one. I've sprayed it and tested it many, many times, and I truly love it. So Siberian Rose is my next recommendation. Really, really good stuff. Okay guys, and that is it. Those are my top favorites from Fragrance du Bois. Like I said, I could have included more. Like I was thinking of putting New York Fifth Avenue and Solstice and Sahara and London Spice, etc. But I just really wanted to focus on the ones that I really, really love myself and I love to wear myself. And these are them. So that's it. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget my code starts on the 26th of this month for 5 days only, Demi10 for 10% off. If you guys want any recommendations personally from me, like if you're a guy, for instance, and you want to know what I love from men from Fragrance du Bois, I can definitely write a comment back to you or a message. Send me a message on Instagram or send me a comment. I will be sure to reply, and I will be following up with all of you guys. But like I said, I really want you guys to take advantage of the code. Don't forget as well, my fragrance, this is the first time it's on discount, and if you haven't got a bottle of it yet, I would love if you guys would get one and support me and show my fragrance some love, because it really is incredible, especially for the fall and winter, and it's totally unisex, so that's also a big bonus with my fragrance. But that is it. Thank you again, and I will see you guys soon. Bye bye.